I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to look at the Super Focus XL. Now I've set this bow up from my last review. Since then I've put on stabilizers, put a dead center on the front, a little shroud on the back just because these were just lying around. And the peep sight's still not tied in. So I'm just going to show you can shoot without a peep sight tied in, because some customers come in my store and say my peep sight came out. I'm like, anyway, I'm shooting this with the peep sight not tied in. So eventually I will tie that in, but I'm just trying to get the feel for the bow. Also, I do not have a scope lens in the scope. So this is just me having a feel for the bow. This is my first shots, 18 meters with the bow. And at the end of this, I'm going to shoot with the Super Focus so I can compare both bows. So I've got this bow set on 60 pounds. I've got it set at 29 inches. Now I normally shoot 28.5. So I find this bow a little bit more comfortable at 29. So I don't know why that is, but let's just shoot a few shots. Now on that one, my peep sight didn't turn around correctly. I'm struggling to see through it. And that's just part of setting the bow up. Could be the D-loop or what, but the bow itself, so what I'm noticing with the draw, I'm noticing it draws back very smooth. I'm getting no bounce on my blade rest. So with my Super Focus, the arrow bounces like this and sometimes will fall off as I'm shooting. Not as I'm shooting, as I'm pulling back, so I'm going to reset my shot, and I find that a bit annoying. So one of my friends said, well, it's because you're shooting a different rest. And I said, no, I'm actually using the same rest on both bows. So he said might be because of the blade. It's just the smoothness of the draw. This is very smooth. I can't feel this bow peaking. I can't feel it dropping off in the valley, and it clearly is dropping off in the valley, but I can't feel it. So I'm not getting that. Also, I'm going to say the aim. So when I'm aiming this bow, so the draw cycle feels like so much smoother than any other bow I've shot, because I really can't feel the drop off in the valley, and it's because the valley is so small and it's not really pulling. So some of the bows pull when you get in the valley, like I'm going to say the Hoyt with the fast cams pulls, and if you let off your back tension, it like wants to rip your shoulder off. This doesn't. It's soft. I can't even feel it hitting the valley. The back wall's solid. I just literally cannot feel it. You know, I'll talk you through it, but I just cannot feel the... So like, it's just constant. It feels like the same pressure all the way through. The valley's there, and then the wall's there. It's... I mean, for that whole draw cycle, I basically pull back my sight aiming at the 10. My sight pin doesn't go off the 10 at all. Not even when I'm hitting the valley. Normally, when you hit the valley, when the bow's peaking, your sight pin's moving around like this when you aim. This, nothing. It just keeps aiming. The shot itself, when you physically shoot the shot, the bow jumps forward in your hand, but not enough to cause the bow to jump out. And I don't feel any real vibration with the bow. You can see my hands open and the bow's kind of jumping forward, but it's just staying there. Now, some things different with this bow than I've done with the Supra or the Perform. I've got less weights on the bow. I don't know how many ounces is down there, but this bow feels so much lighter. It's feels well balanced. And it's not because I've been playing with the weights. I just bolted these things on and I was like, oh, that feels alright. I haven't tuned the bow. I've just literally pulled it out from yesterday where I fitted the peep sight in the string. I'm coming out here and shooting. Now the peep sight itself, this is a podium peep. It's the first time I've used one from Specialty. It feels more like a tunnel, that I'm looking down a tunnel at the sight. To start off with, I was a bit questioning. I didn't really like the two angles that the podium peeps got. I found that a bit confusing. I didn't know which was which. But I still don't know if it's worth the thing, but I definitely find it's definitely easy. So to take some catchphrases, people are going to say, when are you going to stop using the catchphrases? I think this is the easiest bow I've ever aimed with. It's just the sight pin just sits there. And I'm not saying that because it's a catchphrase used by another bow company. It just feels so much easier, and I don't even understand why. I really have got no idea. When I saw this bow, I was like it's a 40-inch focus, right? And I was like, well, I've already shot the 37. I've got a 40-inch Perform. Why would I be interested in this bow? Then I saw Stefan Hansen shooting this bow at the World Cup. He shot the highest score at the World Cup. I saw Dave Cousins with one of these, not the Perform. And for two of the top shooters to be shooting a cheaper bow, I mean a $1,400 bow, not the $2,000 bow, that kind of says something to me. So I was like, well, let's set this up and have a shot. So when I shoot the shot, I feel the bow jump forward a little bit in my hand. It just sits there. I feel no vibration. The bow feels very quiet, and my hand just rocks back. It feels perfect. I feel I've never shot better. Now the grip itself, like something there's loose. And I shot this yesterday. I shot about 30 arrows with it. And the bow itself feels quiet. The stabilizer at the end came loose, but this bow is quiet, like really quiet. It just feels so easy. Hand's not moving after the shot. You can see the bow's just perfect. It feels so quiet, so stable. For me, I've really got to grab the Perform again to feel why. As soon as I shot this last night, I shot about 10 shots when I got home, and I just felt that this is the best bow I've ever shot. And then I was like, well, I really want to shoot the Perform again to make sure I'm just not making this up, and I've got short-term memory loss, which is highly possible at my age. I'm kind kind of interested to see what scores I shoot, because I kind of said to myself, what I want to do now is I want to start shooting some ranking events and get my rank up, see if I can get my rank up in Australia. And I thought, well, I'll try the different VXT arrows and I'll try the different bow. Now what I want to do is I want to grab the focus, and I've shot really well with the focus. So this is my focus. I've been shooting this bow for a year. Now, some things that are different between this and the Focus XL. I have a different sight. So I've got the XL sight on this, the XL Achieve. The other one's got the CB Vertex. I've got an actual scope on here, like with a lens. I've got a normal True Peep. I've got more weight on it. You can see the amount of weight I've got. The bow feels heavier. So part of this could be the stabilizer setup. Now I don't have a string stop on this bow, so I should feel more vibration. You're gonna say, why don't you have a string stop? The rub screw came loose at a tournament. I didn't have a Torx key at the tournament. I shot without it. I shot a good score. I never put it back on. So, yeah, so let's just sort of see how this one goes. So with the draw cycle on this, the focus, it's got big cams, it's smooth to draw, but it kind of peaks the draw. And with that I get the wobble on my rest, and I don't know if you can see that on the rest, the arrow bounced. I didn't get any bouncing with the Focus XL, like none at all. I got a little bounce there. Now the valley on this, the let off feels greater and the valley feels a little bit longer. The bow feels noisier, but I think that's because I don't have the string stop. So a lot of this is, I don't know if it's my imagination or not, and that's why I need to shoot scores. I feel like I shoot well with the focus. I feel like this is a good bow for me. I feel like I like it. The Focus XL feels, I need like those things that measure distances. The grip on the Focus XL feels slightly narrower, and I don't know if it is or isn't. The grip feels better on the Focus XL. I feel like when I'm back at full draw, the focus has got a more distinctive valley, so it drops off. So if it's, the drop off is more, feels like it's a longer valley, it drops off more over a longer period of time. It's bigger valley and more let off, so I feel like I wobble around a little bit more with the focus than the Focus XL. It's not to say this is uncomfortable, and you may prefer it, especially if you're a beginner archer, but I'd want to compare both the bows if I was going to buy a bow. Like my sight pin is in the 10 when I'm taking this shot. I don't know where that arrow went. It was in the 10, and just as I saw the shot, I saw the sight pin move up, and it moved up in towards the 9 as I shot the shot. I didn't see that with the Focus XL. Could be I don't have a scope, a lens on the Focus XL. So I'm kind of interested to see which bow has the better groups. vibration clearly less on the XL. Like I said, it could be the string stop. Noise, the Focus XL is clearly less, probably because of the string stop. That's why my perform is at the shop, I'm pretty sure. So I'd like to compare the perform to the Focus XL next. And part of this could be the way I've balanced the stabilizers. I mean, I did nothing when I bolted those onto the Focus XL, like nothing. I just bolted them on, didn't even adjust angles, didn't adjust weights. I just bolted them on, grabbed whatever was there, and I just wanted to have a shot, see what it feels like. I am noticing the vibration on the RS. I'm going to pick that up again because I know I've already said that, but I'm noticing it from shot to shot. It is getting more vibration. I got no vibration at all. You can see that wobbling as I pull that back. I feel the Focus XL is better balanced than the Focus. Once again, it could be because of the stabilizers and the way I've adjusted the stabilizers. So maybe I need to spend more time with the stabilizers. But I have been shooting the Focus for a year now, and I was shooting with V-bars, and the weights fell off. The other V-bar fell off, and I was like, well, I'll just shoot it with the single. Didn't change anything, and I shot a pretty good score and I was happy with it, so I was like, pfft. So it's just interesting that the Focus XL just feels good straight off the bat. Actually, I was watching a review on another guy on YouTube, and he's drawing back the bow like this, using his triceps. He draws, and he locks it up like that. See, lots of people draw like that. Such the wrong way to draw, but you know, do what you want to do. Basically, what I'm looking for is smooth draw all the way back. So I'm trying to basically draw back smooth all the way, and I'm trying to draw this Focus back smooth. And it doesn't matter how slow I draw the bow, I'm still getting the vibration on the blade rest. It doesn't come off, you can see it hasn't come off in this demo, but in the QRE I shot, the ranking event I shot last weekend, it came off twice. The arrow came off the rest twice. In the drawback process, I had to basically restart again. Now, it could be that, well, could be I was fatigued. I hadn't eaten for over 24 hours when I got to the tournament, and I was dehydrated when I got there, and it could be I was fatigued, which was causing me to shake around a bit. I mean, my score was still okay, but I could see I was struggling pulling this bow back. I'm drawing this bow back now quite easily. So my summary, I think I prefer the draw cycle on the Focus XL. I prefer the shot of the XL. For some reason, which I'm not familiar with, I prefer the grip. Could be the paint. I don't know. I like the finish on these limbs. They look bright and they look crystal. They look smooth. It's such a smooth paint job on the limbs. I mean, the white does pick up dirt. If you can see the kind of dirt that was just in my house last night. So we do get a fair bit of dust here because I'm next to the beach, but this bow just feels light, so light. The bows physically weigh the same. like I said, it could be the stabilizers or what. But the difference for me is just huge. I cannot, like, I shot the 10 shots with this last night, bows untuned, and I was just like, I'm going to sell my focus, I'm going to sell my perform, I'm just going to get these, I'm just going to get a couple of these, one for target, one for indoor, another one. This is so good. And my first impression when I first saw the bow, I was like, it's the same thing, right? So for me, it's a big thing. I'm not doing the whole, this is the greatest bow ever, because it could be the stabilizers that for some reason I've just bolted these stabilizers on and just everything feels great. But I've actually had those stabilizers on my bows before, on the perform and the focus, probably in that, I've definitely had them in that configuration before. So, and I took them off and I changed the configurations around, but this right now feels great. And I could probably do with some more weight to the left and stuff, but right now it just sits and feels good. Let's go down and see what the groups are like, because I don't know, I can't see that far. I feel like the Focus XL is just, I feel like I'm shooting great with it. So let's go and have a look, see if I'm right or wrong. Okay, so I'm here at the target. It's not that my focus, this is my focus group up here. You probably see better than I did because you've watched the video. Like, I shot an 8, another 8. The group's actually not bad. Like, I'm happy with the focus, I really am. I don't know if this 8 up here was the one where I was aiming and I felt like it went up in the shot. I don't know if that was the one because I can't see, but like, I shoot pretty good with the focus. I'm happy with the bow. I like the way it shoots. I like the adjustability. I don't know, I just really liked the bow once I started shooting it, like the way it felt. But this, like there's a Robin Hood there. I've got, like I said, I've got no lens there. I can get my fingers around that whole group. I can't get my fingers around that, but I can pretty much get my fingers around that. I feel like I'm going to shoot better with the Focus XL. I just feel it. And so from here, what I do, I've got the focus, I've got the perform, I've got the Focus XL all set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot some scores with the Focus XL. So I'll shoot some indoor scores with it. And then I'll go back to 50 meters because that's where I need to shoot qualifying events. I felt last week when I shot the focus at the event I shot at, I had a couple of bad arrows, but my score wasn't too far off my personal best. And you can say, what score did I shoot? I think I shot 670. That's our 720. But I was fatigued and I shot some really good ends and I shot some pretty crappy ends as far as, I had some loose arrows, but I was fatigued. Like, some of my shots were like this. I had the shakes up. So overall I was pretty happy with it. I felt like I could shoot a 700 out of 720 even though it was 670. There was enough good arrows there that I was completely comfortable I could shoot a 700. So with this now, with the focus, what I want to do is I'm going to shoot some indoor scores. I'm comfortable enough, I'm going to shoot good scores with it, and then I'm going to take it back to 50 and shoot some scores with it and see how I shoot. Now also I've got to compare the VXT arrows compared to the VAPs, which is what I was doing in the QRE last week. I felt like I shot better with the VXTs from Victory. I felt like it was probably worth about 10 points to me. I compared the groups, they were a little bit tighter with the VXTs. They were higher in the target. And this is what I do when I test stuff. I basically go and shoot it, and if I feel like I shoot better as far as score wise, then I'll switch across. With the perform the focus, I did the same thing. I shot indoor score after indoor score after indoor score, like literally hundreds of them, and my points, I was very, very similar. I was slightly higher with the focus. I compared fat arrows to skinny arrows. I was slightly higher with the skinny arrows in my scoring. Overall, we're talking about 1 point out of 300. But just on averages, I was about 1 point better with the focus shooting skinny arrows than with the perform shooting fat arrows. So that's what I do when I test stuff. I just basically go and shoot some scores, see which one I shoot slightly better scores with, before I make any huge decisions about which bow I'm going to shoot. But the Focus XL to me just feels really good, and I recommend people to go and try stuff. If someone's got one in the club, go and try it, because it's the best way to feel about stuff, to go and actually have a shot. So I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies, and with all equipment, it gets back to the archer. You can shoot really good groups with affordable gear. You don't need the $700 sight. I feel like there's so much push towards you've got to have this equipment, you've got to have that equipment, and not enough to go and shoot arrows. There's not enough emphasis that the top shooters are shooting a lot of arrows and working hard to be the best archers in the world, as opposed to just buying the gear to be the best archers in the world. So once again, work hard if you want to get the results. So thanks for watching. I hope it's been helpful. Thanks, bye.